Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are back here with you again to talk about Welcome to Plathville, Season 5, Episode 6.
Hello, y'all.
Before we start, got a couple of announcements. We are now on a subreddit called Big Mama's House Podcast. So if you are a Redditor, please look for us there. It's a great place to discuss the show, our show, or any of the shows we discuss, or anything that you want to discuss with each other or us, or ask questions, or make suggestions or comments. That's a great place to go. Also, we
We don't like the commercials on TLC. That's for one.
it's like the 10-minute long SPCA commercials. I mean,
Yeah, it gets
we
a little.
we do rescue animals, and we have fostered, and all of our animals are rescues. So it's like we totally get it, but it breaks our heart that we can't do more. So it's mean. Stop it, SPCA.
And TLC.
Well, they'll take an ad from whoever will pay. It's the SPCA who's paying for
So
that
one
mean commercial that
They-
makes me cry.
They did it more than once on an hour show.
It was on almost every commercial.
Yes, and
Like,
it's
and it's very long.
it gets ridiculous.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How about we have more show and less commercials too?
That would be super, but again, they're all about their money.
Oh, good.
Anywho, so this episode just aired. We just watched it. We have not discussed it. So we open. Okay, first I have a question. Okay. So we know that the last episode, the river trip thing. No, what was the last episode? What the heck did they even do? Give me a second, y'all. Okay, sorry, I had to double check something. But how much time has passed from the last episode to this one? Because it seems to be several months.
Yeah. Well, if you noticed when they had some Christmas decorations up in Minnesota.
Well, it's obviously like winter time. It's heavy snow.
It just doesn't matter. I mean, if it's not Christmas time, we don't put Christmas decorations up. So I mean, it's got to be around December, probably of last year before, whenever they.
It would have been last year. It could have
So-
been any time in the winter. Who knows? Because I don't know how long they take off for Christmas and things like that, and then start filming again in January. Because I know I saw on Reddit that people saw them filming in January. Not them necessarily, but one of them.
Yeah.
And so if one of them is filming, they're all filming.
Well,
So-
yeah, especially like in Minnesota or where locations at. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's either gonna be like right around Christmas-ish last year to sometime this year. In the winter. I don't know.
And the thing is, it's interesting. They didn't even mention Christmas, so I'm sure that it wasn't.
And we'll get to the reason why I asked that question here in a bit, but that was just how much time has passed? But anyway, we open this episode, season 5, episode 6, on Victoria, Minnesota, where Ethan that's what he's been waiting for.
Yeah.
He's been holding on, just praying for Minnesota, and he's there, and they're very happy to be living alone.
Well, I think she's happy now, but I don't think she's gonna be happy later.
She's never, no, hang on. And then she said that Nathan never sees or hears from Mariah, and she still has Ethan blocked on everywhere, I guess. So there's no getting information about anybody. And okay, Olivia said all of Ethan's family took so much energy for the last 4 years while they've been married, but they didn't see or talk to them for a large portion of that. So are they talking about the time that she was just bitching and complaining that they couldn't see the kids when they could have seen the kids and all they had to do is go hang out with their parents for an hour?
Probably.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's so stupid. I'm with Micah and Mariah. I am so over her and her
And
nonsense.
I noticed she did mention the word space one time.
I know. Oh my God, that space nonsense. I'm gonna send her ass to space.
We should do a shot, like I said, every time she says it.
And then we find out that Ethan still wants a baby, and
Yeah.
Olivia still doesn't.
Nope, because I don't think she wants to be married to him.
Thank you. Thank you.
and
She's in it for the show.
you know they're gonna next episode is gonna show Olivia in a certain location, and I think that's gonna be the start of the downfall.
Maybe, I hope.
Yeah.
And then they transfer us over to Micah, and he's at a photo shoot for his portfolio.
He's not happy.
He loves modeling, but the work isn't consistent, and that's
Yeah.
kind of hard when you got bills to pay. But he does miss Georgia. But when he's in Georgia, he misses the city,
Yep.
and vice versa. So he needs to just have it to where, like, he can book, bookings enough in advance so he knows when he can go home and hang out for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
and just get that time in there. Do that every few months. Take a couple weeks, go hang out at home. I think that's especially at his age, you can do shit like that.
Well, yeah, and especially when he gets some consistent modeling job, so he'll be able to afford it too.
Well, I mean, even I'm sure he could stay with one of his parents or siblings.
The travel, gas, or plane, whatever he's gonna use.
I think
he drives.
Yeah,
which is a long
terrible.
way.
Yeah. And then Isaac was hanging out with his friends at a pizza joint, and they are all girl crazy.
Nerds.
Typical 17-year-old boys.
Nerds.
And they all pretty nerdy, yeah. And then Isaac says, if you release me in an hour, I'll be back with a multitude of girls. And it seems like he has made out with, I think they said there's like 400 people in Cairo. I think he's made out with every single girl in town and half of the neighboring towns. Like, slow down, dude. You're going to run out of inventory.
Well, of course, when you get your face on TV, everybody's going to want to.
Oh, exactly. And he's not a bad-looking kid.
No, he's not.
I mean, none of them are. No, they're all good-looking kids. But, yeah, it's just crazy that he's just like this little girl magnet. Because he's on the TV.
And he's blonde with blue eyes.
Right. And I kind of, like I said, one of the reasons Isaac has always been my favorite and so far hasn't ruined it, is that he says not worth lying to his parents about what he does or where he goes because he doesn't want to lose that trust. And that is something that most teenagers don't understand.
They don't care.
Well, a lot of them, they're like, oh, I got to lie to my parents and I got to sneak around and do this and that, whatever.
Like, did you care about if you lied to your grandma, grandpa, or...
Yes.
I didn't.
Oh, it bothered me because my grandma was my best friend too. So if I lied to her, like, it bugged me. And she would just knew, she knew I was lying. And she would just wait for me to come and narc on myself because I felt bad.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, you old hag. Sometimes I'll hate you even though I love you to pieces.
See, I was always asked, it's easier or better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
No.
When I was a kid. When I was a kid.
I'm just saying, not with a wife.
No, when I was a kid. Now.
Yeah. I can see that about your parents.
Yeah.
Because they're big no people.
A lot of times.
Yeah, I get that. Where were we talking about Ethan and his little man horness?
Yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't have a girlfriend.
No.
Because if you don't have a girlfriend, you can't cheat on anybody.
Isaac.
Sorry, I apologize. Did I say Micah?
No, you said Ethan.
Oh, Ethan. Oh, sorry.
He is too, though. Or he wants to be.
Well, I mean, we all know Micah is a bit of a man whore. So it's just, please tell me you're using protection, though, dude. Please. And then we're back with Ethan and Olivia, and Ethan's youngest cousin, Amaya, is visiting them. Not visiting, like, she came to visit, but, like, she just came over.
Yeah, to play cards.
She lives in Minnesota there.
Just hang out.
And again, why does Olivia navigate to the youngest girl around and make her best friend? That is, get friends your own age. Why can't you make women friends your own age? What is wrong with you?
Maybe she does or just don't want to be on the show.
I'm just so over her, though. I'm going to be so negative about her this season, and I apologize, you guys. I'm not that kind of person normally, but I have reached my limit of capacity with this woman, and I've never even fucking met her. Isn't that terrible?
We need space.
Oh, my goodness. From Olivia. Oh, just saying. And Olivia, of course, feels robbed of some of her childhood because she was
married so young.
Encouraged and kind of pushed into wifery.
Yes.
And she thinks about going to college, but she's scared. And
do it.
She has a business.
Yeah.
If you have a successful business, something that you are good at, something you're passionate about, Why do you want to go to college and just rack up a huge bill or whatever?
And
It costs a
obviously
lot of
they have
money.
money. Yeah.
And like, well, why bother with college? I think she just wants the experience. I think she's kind of like Mariah. She just wants the extracurriculars and the parties.
See, I mean, if you can travel, like move every year,
Yeah.
you got to have some money.
It's the show. They get paid from the show very well, I'm
Well,
sure.
yeah. But I mean, if we wanted to move every year, we couldn't. Normal people,
We need to move, and we've needed to move for about 3.5 years, but we can't afford to.
yeah,
And that's why
normal
we're all
people
carried
cannot.
up in this little tin can.
Yeah, it's not really that small. It's not a tin can.
It's pretty small.
It's a
Anyway,
lunchbox.
okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And then it's Mercy's birthday. She's 10 years old. Happy birthday, Mercy. I know it was, almost a year ago, but happy 10th birthday.
You're gonna be 11 soon.
And Barry and Kim have joint custody, and on the not so I guess Kim had her for her actual birthday, and so this was his celebration with her.
That looked really cold on the beach, by the way.
Yeah, it did, and I'm again, if it's in the winter, like
If it's on
some
December.
December, January-ish, sometime in that time, of course it's cold, even in Florida.
Oh,
Is that wind coming off the ocean at night?
not in the daytime.
But again, the wind coming off that ocean at night. And then they were all there, and it was Barry, and they were done the road, I guess, by Mariah's house in Tampa, and then so Mariah was there, and then it was Lydia, Isaac, and then Amber, Cassie, and Mercy.
Oh, they're on the beach.
Right, and they were all there. They had a bonfire and blankets, and they were all just having a nice time. And then Lydia said that she finally gets her great daddy relationship she always wanted. You are 18, like 19 years old now, chick. What is wrong with you? Like, I understand you want to have a good relationship with your dad, but you did. And if he didn't for all those years, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
His.
Well, definitely the dad's, yes.
It's like.
But he even said that, even from 10 years ago, they're different.
3 years ago.
Oh, 3 years ago.
That's what I was getting ready to say. So Barry got Mercy a kayak for her birthday, so they could go on a kayaking trip. But all this change that has gone on with the divorce and the move, and Ethan and Olivia and Micah moving away, and then Mariah moving out and her moving away, and all this happened in just 3 years.
So fast.
Fast. I told you when you first started watching it, you thought it was boring, and I was like, just wait. It gets crazy really fast, and it kind of stays that way. It's crazy. And then
There's no action.
What do you want them to fist fight?
There's no karate kicks. No body slams.
Well, isn't the WWE training camp in Florida?
Yes, it's in Tampa.
So hey, there could be your action.
There you go. Yeah, they can actually have Mariah try out for WWE.
Girl, so no, she would break her. Don't do that to Mariah.
I mean, come on, if the Bella Twins can do it, Mariah can do it.
Mariah weighs literally like 87 pounds, soaking
Just
wet.
get in the gym with Micah. You'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
You'll be fine.
But Barry said that he would do things differently if he could, like go back and do things differently, like work less and more time with Kim and the kids, obviously, because you don't know any of your family and they don't know you, and so everybody was like, okay, whatever. He was not the center of attention at any time because he was never around.
Yes. Oh, and he even said that. Said he wished he was around more.
Yeah.
But don't
now.
Yeah, but don't every parent.
Again, it's been 20 years.
Good or bad, all right. Always have regrets down the line.
Yes, that's very, very true. And then we found out that Ethan made work friends.
Yep.
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, "Aww."
They're frozen nerds.
Ethan made friends on his own, by himself.
He was happy.
He was himself. He's like, I'm in Minnesota. I'm comfortable here. We're back in the country in a small town.
It's snowing.
The smile's back.
So it's snowing out.
We all know that Ethan smile.
Yeah.
That I'm just a happy dude smile. And they play snow golf frisbee.
Yep, snow golf.
I happen to know that some guys I went to high school with play golf frisbee, and they take it very, very seriously for a bunch of guys in the early 40s.
And the park that we walk at sometimes has.
They have and so it's like
golf.
So I guess it's a big thing, but just so you know, you're all nerds.
Yeah.
But at least you're athletic nerds.
Yeah,
because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, they're getting active. They're not in front of video games or nothing like that.
Or in the house, staring at
And
the TV
or
or sports for 12
or
hours a
fixing
day.
cars. And
Yeah,
nobody watches sports 12 hours a day. Thank you very much.
you do.
I
Anyway,
do not.
and he says that he loves the cold and the snow. You don't watch sports 12 hours a day.
I'm not home 12 hours a day.
I love you.
Love you.
Okay. And he says he's still a Christian, but Olivia not so much, which explains why they don't go to church anymore. Because poor Ethan probably don't want to go by himself. Because he's just not that kind of outgoing person to do that for himself, I don't think.
And he should forgive his mom and talk to his mom more than if he's a Christian.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all about forgiveness, my friend.
Yeah. And Mariah, too.
And then we find out that Kim was not able to open her freaking dance studio because now that she's a single mom, kind of.
Can't afford it.
Yeah, she couldn't afford it, so she had to rent the space out in order to pay the mortgage on it. And I'm just like,
And didn't Barry get that for her?
wait, they bought the building because she really wanted to have the dance studio. And after all the work and money they put into that, like, it's just sad. It made me really, really sad for her. It's the one thing she wanted.
Yeah.
And of course, being responsible and putting her family first, again, she lost out on the things she really wanted. And again, don't get me wrong, she chose to have that family. They chose to have that many children.
She chose the divorce.
Yeah, and all this stuff. So I'm not feeling sorry for her as far as like, oh, she can't have what she wants because she's got kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that she made the correct choice in choosing her family
They're most responsible.
and prioritizing them over what she wants. And so the ladies that rented out her dance space, her name is Alicia, and they became friends. So, and they meet at a restaurant to have a little girl talk, and we find out that Kim met somebody, but we don't know who it is just yet.
No,
we'll find out here in a little bit. But she's been dating somebody, and it's only been a few weeks. But he gives her the warm and fuzzies. That's so cute. Come on, you remember those days when we park out in the car in front of Brad's house and make out for 2 hours, but just because we didn't want to stop seeing each other?
Feelings, but it wasn't the warm and fuzzies.
They were all in your pants. Is that what you're telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Love you too, babe. Boy, you proposed on our third date.
We didn't get married for 2 years though.
But
2 years later.
We're having a chat when this episode's over. Yes, we are, sir. Anyway, back to the show. Oh man, blindside me with this shit. Anyway, and he cares about her feelings, and he listens, and he really, really hears her.
They all do at first.
Yes, that's true. That's why
the perfect romance, right, is right in the beginning.
Well, of course, that's the honeymoon phase. Of course, that's why they're called that.
So we don't know if he's.
And
perfect.
she says he's good looking to her, obviously to her, because the rest of us are like, Barry might have actually looked better, but
younger Barry.
Well, Barry when he's not got that weird plastic mannequin face on.
You know what's funny is we're talking about other people's looks, and we're an audio podcast.
For a reason, because I have a face for radio, and I totally understand. I have a whole body for radio.
You're making Molly mad. She walked away.
In our world, you know very well that it's all about how you look. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I said that. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And so her friend Alicia said, "Does Barry know?" And Kim said yes, and she said that he said nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't happy though.
So he said he was sad.
Sad, of course he's gonna be sad.
And that's all. He said nothing. And so she was like, well, I guess that kind of proves my point of why I'm leaving and finding someone else, because this is the emotional investment I get.
So if he would have been jealous, she'd have broke up with this new dude and went back to Barry?
I think the fact that he doesn't share his feelings, if he's having any.
Yeah.
And not acting like he cares, because whether he's in shock or shutdown mode or whatever, she sees that as, well, he doesn't give a fuck, so I am on the right track. But again, this has been going on for 20 years, and I know this isn't the first conversation they've had about his communication issues. I wouldn't, and according to what they talked about on the show. But she said that the kids don't know yet, but they already know him.
Yeah.
And we were all like, ooh, even though we all know who it is already.
Yes, we do.
I put his picture up on the video sometimes, so we all know. Um,
Did you see that awkward when they showed a flashback?
yes, and
The
whenever
awkward
she went to
greeting.
look at the plane with Isaac,
Yeah.
and that's when I was like, ooh, they're already dating.
Yeah.
And I think I said that to you
Because it
before
was
the
almost,
last week's
we
episode.
almost did a hug.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it was like a fist bump
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Awkward.
so
Very, very
so awkward.
Yeah.
But so now she's dating Ken, the airplane guy.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the other half of her son's airplane.
Not Barbie's Ken.
Maybe he's got a Barbie somewhere.
Oh.
You never know.
This is aged Ken then.
Oh, true, yeah. Dad bod Ken.
Yeah, dad bod Ken. Yeah.
And she said that the kids will be adults in less than 10 years. In fact,
Yeah.
Mercy just turned 10, so 8 years, And so she has to make some
Is
decisions.
she youngest?
Yes.
So she's the youngest and she's 10. So they're all double digits.
Yes. Yep.
I can see Barry. He's losing his hair big time. Have you noticed that?
Well, that's why he chose to have 10 kids.
That's why he had a hat on the beach.
Maybe. So I don't get sunburnt.
No, so he doesn't blow away.
But she said that she has to make decisions for her life so she can be happy beyond when the kids are young. And that's true. You don't have to sit down and wait till your kids are fully grown to start dating or find someone else or whatever, as long as you don't forget
Your kids.
that you have children while you're dating and in that warm and fuzzy stage. Because we all know when you're first with somebody, you just want to spend every waking minute together.
Yep.
And so you have to prioritize, again, put your kids ahead of yourself until they are adults. And I think she's doing that because I've seen pictures of them all together, smiling and everything. So it seems like everybody gets along pretty well.
So Ken was in the picture?
Yes.
Okay, so they presently they know.
Yes.
Most likely. Okay.
Because again, we see pictures and stuff. So I mean, there's not, they don't put anything online really, but some things do sneak by and.
And spoiler alert, I read some things on the Facebook Plathville pages, and Olivia and Ethan might already be divorced.
Oh, that's been a thing of speculation on Reddit for a while, and I haven't said anything to you because I know you just got caught up and everything.
I mean, you can tell it's in the works.
Yeah. The only time they're having a good time alone is when they're having sex. Let's be real.
Olivia, maybe she's not. I don't know. But
maybe
Olivia's not happy.
I think Olivia might be a bit gay.
I don't know. Who cares? But
no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's a thing that she has with other women that is, there's a vibe to it.
Well, we'll find out more about Olivia, I think, when we see her more in her newest adventure. Her starting in
metamorphosis.
Her newest adventure starting the next episode.
Oh, I'm not talking about previews, sir. You know I don't do that.
No. I'm talking about we might see some change in Olivia.
Oh, well, maybe.
With her newest adventure.
Maybe. And then at the end, Isaac, she says Isaac is friends with Ken, obviously. And Lydia only has hopes that her parents will get back together.
Not happening.
And of course, the little girls are all like, we don't have any idea what's happening. This is all happening a lot faster and we don't get it. So, of course, that's going to be a concern.
It's awkward to everybody.
Yeah. And then the kids need to feel secure no matter when she tells them. Just make them know that she's not going anywhere. He's not trying to replace anybody and that they are the most important thing.
Where should she tell them at? At her place or... Because she's living on the farm, right?
No, she's living in the apartment above her dance studio.
And then Barry has another house down the road.
He lives with the kids in the big house.
But did they sell... They're running that one out, and they moved down the road, didn't they?
Did they?
Kids, yeah, I think so. They were mentioning that in a couple episodes ago.
Well, I know, but they never showed it or showed the new house or.
So don't you think they should tell?
That's weird. Every time they've shown anything this season with Barry or the kids, it's been out.
Yeah, no more sunroom.
I wonder if there's just no room, if it's just a much smaller house,
like a shed. It's a tiny house.
Oh, that went a weird direction. I was like, what? Okay. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I mean, God knows these Plaths do some strange stuff. strange to us anyway. I'm sure
Yeah.
a lot of our shit's weird to them.
But nobody knows what we do. So
Well, and but that's why we will never have a freaking,
reality show.
yeah.
Yeah, we'd be kind of boring.
We really would. We'd be the most boring freaking one ever.
We'd last maybe 5, 6 episodes.
Not even that. They'd be like, they'd play the pilot for people. They'd fall asleep and they'd be like, yeah, fuck these people.
Yeah.
They're not nearly cool enough.
They'd have to dramatize it.
They could, take video of me napping
They should have done it back when we had
and
our
making videos for my podcast.
Well, back when we had our softball league, that would have been perfect.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we
That
haven't
would
talked
have
about
been
that
perfect
yet.
reality.
Okay, anyway, we're getting into a whole different episodes and
Filler.
series and
Filler.
everything.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed our recap of Welcome to Plathville Season 5, Episode 6. I know it was a little slow.
Yeah.
It was a little bit boring, but there was still some good information and all that stuff that happens, and I just love it as we slowly start to see the truth in the cracks, you know?
I hope business picks up soon.
Well, but that's why most reality TV shows do not last a long time.
Do you think Barry?
Because they can't keep up that level of interest.
Oh, drama.
Yeah, for that long.
Unless it's the other show that you watch.
Oh, Sister Wives?
Yeah, this is that one.
Well, there's 5 of them.
And it'll
Of
last
course there's
18 years.
and like 25 kids or something.
Do you think they're
I
gonna?
know there's only 19, but
You're gonna liven it up and have like Barry beat up Ken. How cool would that be?
no.
Not in front of the kids.
No, because that would be a whole thing for Isaac. And Ethan would probably stick up for Isaac, and so would Micah, and so would everybody else.
They would just be against Barry.
Yeah, because it would upset Micah.
But it would show.
Or not Micah, sorry, Isaac.
It would show his emotions.
Yeah, but I don't think he really gives a shit enough to.
The fight Ken.
No.
To make it interesting.
I think if he feels shit, he should have been showing it to her all these years instead of now that she's gone. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Took her for granted.
Yes, that's right, babe. Absolutely.
I win the episode.
You never let me win. All right, you win fine. It was your birthday just a couple days ago.
Yes, it was.
Happy birthday to everybody out there. I know you guys are all wishing Papa happy birthday. I'm not.
1 year closer to death.
Wow. He keeps taking shit and the weirdest directions tonight, you guys. Is it just me or does it seem a little weird? Anyway.
Well, it is bedtime.
It is almost bedtime for us. We're old and we go to bed early because he gets up early for work.
Yes, for work.
So, anyway, we will see you guys again next week when we talk about Plathville. Please, for all you guys that have been liking and subscribing, because it's free.
Free!
We really, really appreciate you. And again, I want to apologize for anybody that watches the Sister Wives that I did. No, it was it.
It was Sister Wives and put Ethan's face on it.
Completely in Plathville pictures, and I am so sorry. I apologize about that.
But that is a Sister Wives episode, not a Plathville.
Yes, and I'm sorry to everybody who maybe got confused or whatever. I apologize. Completely my fault. I was just a complete idiot and my bad.
It happens.
Yeah, and I have been feeling really crappy the last week or so, and I was just like, I can't make another one. I don't have it in me because I hate doing it and it's tedious and horrible. But I love you guys, so I want to give you videos to watch so that it's not just, because I know some people need that visual stimulation. So I get that. So I'm trying to make that, accessible for everybody. So I do it out of love for you, all of you people out there who listen and like and subscribe and share. And please be our first one to leave a comment. Anybody who leaves a comment will be the first one to leave a legitimate comment that isn't from somebody like wanting to promote us on something like they're soliciting for business or like a friend of ours. So if you want to be the very first commenter on any platform, we will call you out on the next episode if you do it.
You sure will.
We will give you a shout out. And if you want, we might even get a little blurb for you to put on the show as like a howdy do or whatever. But we'll figure out something. But anyway, sorry I'm rambling, guys. I'm tired, and that's what I do when I'm tired. Until next time, you guys, please spay and neuter your pets.
Subscribe.
Use your turn signals.
Subscribe.
Wear your seatbelt.
Subscribe.
And please, please be kind.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.